So, ladies and gentlemen, you are about to watch a clip from the NFC East Roundtable powered by BetUS. Hey, listen, they are matching 150% of your first deposit all the way up to $2,000 and 125% of your second and your third up to the exact same figure. All you need to do is just use code YouTube150 to take full advantage once you get to their website. And so without further ado, enjoy this clip from the NFC East Roundtable. Moving on, folks, we are moving on to the previews here. That's right, you're getting a treat today on the NFC East Roundtable. You are going to be getting recaps and previews, of course, powered by BetUS. All right, so I'll tell you what, Kid Blue. So you were saying that we really need to dedicate ourselves to the tank. Right?
Absolutely.
Well, unfortunately, you are facing off against the team who I believe is also dedicating themselves to the tank. And that just so happens to be the New Orleans Saints. We all know that you want to lose this game. So tell me, what is your strategy for the Giants to go out there and lose this game?
I don't think there is a team in the NFL more dedicated to tanking than the New York Giants right now. I will bet that. I will bet that. If you see the way that we lost to Carolina, I will put money down. Like Carolina says, screw the tank. We're trying to win games. They're keeping it close with everybody. Listen, it's weird because I have this. It's like an opposite sort of outlook to this. It's like I'm talking trash. Who's the worst team in the NFL? You know, who's going to be the worst team?
Softball episode.
Yeah, who's more dedicated to losing?
You're
who's more dedicated to losing?
What is wrong with you?
Yeah. You don't suck. We suck. All right, we are trash. You're not trash. Listen. I want New Orleans to go out there and prove it to everyone. Alvin Kamara, I need you to hit another touchdown record. Do what you got to do, guys. And we'll just sit back and reap the benefits of that draft position. I don't even know where New Orleans ranks on the draft order. Listen, you guys aren't getting close to a quarterback right now. Don't worry about it. Just try to win as much as you can. Set a winning culture over there in New Orleans, and let us worry about draft position. So I don't even know what the spread is for the game, but take the Saints because we are not even trying to keep it close with teams. So
we are not. So is it even worth our time to go around the panel and get our takes on this game, folks?
I mean, you can just because maybe you got to.
Is anybody itching to talk about the Giants and the Saints matchup on Sunday?
I only will comment on it because that's our next opponent out of the bye. We play the New Orleans Saints next week. It's going to be Marshawn Lattimore. I know a week 14 bye is ridiculous. That's why my team is dying. They're dragging ass to get to this point. We needed this bye so badly. We'll see Marshawn for the first time making his return to New Orleans, and Jaden making his return to the Bayou for the first time. He played for LSU. That's about all I got for this one. I do not care about this game other than the Saints.
Washington need to choke again. Like they did.
Trap game incoming. Trap game.
Yeah.
Incoming.
To choke again, watch Drew Lock go out there and put on an absolute clinic.
Oh my God, Drew Lock! If you fight for your career now, Drew Lock, it's
he's gonna get you one. He's gonna get you one.
Oh yeah,
he's already making $5 million, man. Just stop.
Let's go down.
KB gonna regret the tank when they draft the left tackle in the first round.
Oh my God,
that roundtable draft show, man.
I need Tim Boyle out there. Is what I need. I need Tim Boyle out there.
Yeah,
that's what. Hey, I mean, that's exactly what I'm talking about right now. But anyway, moving on. Okay, we have the Carolina Panthers facing off against the Philadelphia Eagles.
This game suck.
Trap game.
Trap
game. Trap game.
So I will tell you what. So the spread's absolutely ridiculous. Right now it's like plus 13.5. No disrespect to the Philadelphia Eagles, but when I see a spread over plus 10, I'm going to take the plus points. I still think the Eagles obviously win, but Al, talk to us. What do you got on this?
I was about to say, I actually agree with you with that, Dan. If you like betting, I would honestly, if you doing the point spread, I would take Carolina. It's because we do this thing where we just let these teams get garbage points. Like we might be up by 14 or something like that. Then Carolina just get a garbage time touchdown. But I think it's not going to be close. First quarter, we might lollygag. We might get like Rio hype, like, oh, is Panthers going to do it? I'm like, nah, it's just another slow start. Second quarter come around and it just keep going and going and going. And I just don't see Bryce Young beating us in Philly. I'm like, maybe in Carolina, maybe it could be some type of miracle or whatever. But in Philadelphia, I think we get the win, probably by like 9-10 points. It's going to be some garbage time touchdown that mess up everybody's spread.
Some 9 to 10 point victory for the Philadelphia Eagles, and maybe Bryce Young will be smiling again. Who knows? All right, J Tuck, talk to me. Panthers and the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, I mean, initial thoughts, when the season kind of got rolled out, it was fade the Panthers, right? But they're fighting for their lives right now. They had a competitive game in the last 2 weeks, and I feel like they're going to go out there and compete versus Philly. It's kind of easy when a team has nothing to lose, but also Bryce Young is starting to find his stride, right? Overall, good story for Bryce Young. I'm happy. I like the kid. I got to meet him a few times at the NFL draft, so I feel like he didn't get a fair opportunity. Everyone's ready to cast him out, so he has nothing to tank for. Like he's fighting for his career. He's fighting for his name, right, to be kind of mentioned with the CJ Stroud and some of these other young quarterbacks. So I think they're going to go out there and be competitive. But once again, Philadelphia is just way too much for the Panthers. And I feel like probably around the second quarter, they'll completely separate unless you get the Dr. Jekyll Hyde Philadelphia Eagles that kind of gets off to these slow starts and let them kind of hang around. It could be an ugly game. But I expect the Eagles to kind of go out there, handle business like Eagle Al said. Jalen Carter's playing phenomenal. Defensive front's playing phenomenal. They're going to get pressure on Bryce Young. I think the Eagles go out there, and I think I would probably take them to even cover this game.
And the Carolina Panthers are going to cover that plus 13.5, folks. You heard it here first.
No, the Eagles are going to cover it. Eagles going to cover it.
And the Eagles are going to cover it. So it's going to be an absolute belt to ass.
A1 glaze right there. Top tier glaze right there. Yep.
It hurts me. It hurts my soul, man. It hurts my soul. But it's like, what I don't have much to fight on, man.
Hey, wearing Washington gear, talking about the Eagles are going to cover.
You should be wearing some Eagles gear next week.
Nah, never
during the show. Kid Blue, all right? Yeah. So the Eagles and the Panthers, can the Panthers pull off a miracle?
Dear God, I hope so. Oh my God, dear God, I hope so. That would be perfect. Listen. Even though right now I'm on my own little journey right now with the Giants and tanking, it would still be wonderful to see the NFC East to lose in a terrible fashion. Listen, I'm not saying it's out of the realm of possibility. I'm not saying they're gonna win at all, but I'm not saying it's out of the realm of possibility. Listen, they almost beat the Chiefs for crying out loud. All right,
Chiefs.
They almost beat the Chiefs.
No, I know that, but come on, man. The Chiefs are pretenders. They remind me of us last year. It's only
watch yourself. Watch yourself.
They almost beat the Bucks too.
When they flick that switch on, the playoffs start. That ain't gonna be the
AFC.
You got Dan over there foaming at the back. Hey man, y'all better leave them people alone, bro.
Y'all better let them Giants rest. Don't poke the bear.
It's different. You know what I'm saying?
Listen. They
have one ball.
Almost doesn't count.
Yeah, listen. I thought that was pretty impressive with the Chiefs, and then they took the Buccaneers to overtime. So, listen, the Panthers got something rolling here, man. They said screw the tank. We're gonna try to try to see what this team has, try to see what Bryce has. And Bryce, it seemed like he needed to get benched and kind of reset and kind of reevaluate himself and get back into the offense. He's having a pretty damn good. I mean, his numbers aren't jumping off the charts, but they're a lot better than they were in the beginning of the season. Maybe Jonathan Mingo was the problem. Once they got rid of him, it just seemed like they're all right. And it seems like he's working out there with the Cowboys too. They're on a little win streak as well. So, but as far as the Eagles goes, they're obviously way better than the Panthers, but I don't know. The Panthers got something going on. I think the Panthers could find a way to cover the spread because, as you mentioned, Dan, that is a big spread, 13 points. I mean, you would be surprised how close a bad team can be to a really good team when it comes to football. The scores can be still close, but they can still dominate the game. So I'm gonna take Carolina to cover, and I think the Eagles are still gonna win. But damn, I wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be great to see a trap game from Carolina? I would love it.
Oh man! All right, Rio, the Panthers and the Eagles. What do you got?
Bryce Young's finally starting to show some life, man. He's finally starting to develop and show signs that I'm still the guy that won a Heisman Trophy back in Alabama. So I'm happy for him. If it wasn't for Chuba Hubbard, he gets him a nice dub last week. But like they said, almost doesn't count. And The Eagles are going to smoke these boys. Like, what are we really talking about, man? They're going to smoke these guys. At this point, the Panthers should just be seeing how Bryce Young looks versus an elite defense. There's not much to talk about. This is probably the game that's going to tell us whether Saquon's going to break the record or not, because I watched my backup quarterback Marcus Mariota put 40 up on these guys. The Eagles should not only dog them, Saquon should have another one of those days, and this is going to be one of those games that swings him into pole position for the MVP, even though non-quarterbacks don't get that award. They're going to smoke these boys, man. What more can I say?
What more can you say? All right, folks. We heard from the panelists. It sounds like it is a resounding, unanimous decision that the Philadelphia Eagles are about to destroy the Carolina Panthers. Last but not least, all right, it's a game of two teams that have not necessarily been living up to expectations. So I suppose it's somewhat difficult to predict Monday Night Football, the Cincinnati Bengals, and the Dallas Cowboys. I don't know, Jay Tuck, what are your thoughts right now, man?
It's going to be a whole lot of Gideon going on out there, but like even though the Cowboys have been playing well, I just felt like the anomaly versus the Commanders, I don't know what the hell they drank in their Gatorade that day, and then of course they play versus the Giants. I just think that even though the I don't want to say Commanders, I want to say the Bengals haven't really shown up to be who we thought they was going to be this year, I feel like they're still far too talented right now with the Cowboys. I mean, we have 15 players right now on IR. You can't even name half our roster. There's a bunch of preseason guys out there. So I feel like they're going to go out there. The Bengals offense is going to be too much with Higgins and also Jamar Chase. They're going to be able to put up points, and I just don't believe that Cooper Rush is the caliber of quarterback that can put up points and go in the shootout with the type of quarterback that Joe Burrow is. So I think the Bengals will win this game, but ultimately what I'm liking from the Dallas Cowboys is our defense is starting to play a lot better under Coach Zimmer, but I still just don't think we have the firepower to kind of keep up with the Bengals offensively. So I think this is going to be a Monday night matchup. We'll scratch them for a little bit, but I think the Bengals will win this game.
And the Bengals will win, according to Jay Tuck. All right, Kid Blue, thoughts? Cincinnati and the Dallas.
I think Cincinnati is sick and tired of being a really good offensive team and still finding ways to lose. I mean, the numbers are absolutely insane. How many times have they scored over 30 points and lost games? I think they're tired of it. I think they're going to find a way to win against Dallas and do it pretty handedly. The Cowboys have found a way to kind of get away with games. You have the Giants, you have the Washington Commanders, two NFC East rivals. Let's see what happens when they go against a high-powered AFC opponent, someone who they're not really familiar with. Let's see what happens there. As Jay Tuck said, their defense is playing very well, but if you look at what Cincinnati is doing on offense, man, and who they're doing it with, I mean, Joe Burrow's going off, Jamar Chase going off. Chase Brown's been really good this season for them. So they're lining it up on offense. They just got to get their defense to be somewhat competent, and maybe they get a good pick-me-up game versus Cooper Rush. Who knows? I mean, Cooper Rush isn't terrible, to be honest with you. He really isn't terrible. I mean, he's not a guy that's gonna turn over the ball every every drive or anything like that. But yeah, all they have to do is play well against Cooper Rush, and I think they'll get out with a win here. And it could get ugly real quick if Dallas's offense can't get going. So I'm gonna take Cincinnati to win here. It'd probably be a lock for me.
But why didn't y'all keep Cooper Rush then? Y'all had him.
We're more incompetent than any team in the NFL, man. What are you talking about? We have John Mara as our owner, man. Come on.
About right.
Yeah.
Oh, man. What do you got on this one, Rio?
The Bengals should win the game. I think it might be like fun and shootout though, because the Bengals defense is ass. We've all seen it in this division. We've all seen the Bengals so far. Jamar Chase is going crazy. He's making their decision to not just pay him immediately look really crazy in real time. He's going to get a historical bag. Jamar Chase is the only person that has more receiving touchdowns than Terry McLaurin in the NFL right now. He has 13 to my guy's 9. And I don't see Dallas having much defense for that other than Micah Parsons get to the quarterback. Micah Parsons don't want to hear nothing about tanking. He don't want to hear nothing about losing. That's my kind of guy, man. Like I hate Dallas, but like to hear Micah, like, man, we coming. We coming at the end of Thanksgiving. Those are the kind of players you want on your football team.
The crazy part, he believes it.
Yeah, yeah. You can see it in his eyes. It was sincere. It was genuine. Micah's probably booking tickets for the playoffs right now. He's probably telling family members, "Don't do nothing on Super Wild Card Weekend because we coming." We coming. But I got the Bengals edging out the Cowboys, let's say 34-27 in a shootout-esque game. Rico Dowdle suddenly can run a football. We started the process. He almost had 100 on us, had 100 4 days later. Dallas is starting to get a little bit of mojo, but they need to be brought back to earth a little bit. This is a bad football team this year, and they're going to lose to another bad football team this year in the Cincinnati Bengals. Very unimportant game, but I'll be tuned in.
He will be tuned in. All right, Al. Cincinnati Bengals, Dallas Cowboys. What do you got?
I'm actually going to go the opposite with the panel. I think Cowboys win this game. I think the Bengals find a way to lose like they have been. I think Joe Burrow, he's going to have really good stats, but I think it's going to be just like the last game. He's just going to find a way to lose the game. Interception, fumble, whatever. Because you can say what you want about Dallas. Like you guys saying, Micah Parsons is coming to play. And I think they're going to make it really uncomfortable for Joe Burrow for a minute. And I think it's going to be high scoring. It's going to be like some 34-31. Dallas get their confidence. They're going to feel good. Then it's eventually going to crash. But I don't think the Bengals is the team to do it. When you look at the Bengals, you look at how many points they put up, you think they should be a good team. But I think Dallas upsets them.
Dallas with the upset, folks. You heard it here first. Thank you so much for tuning in to yet another edition of the NFC East Roundtable, powered by BetUS.